streaming, but I'm trying to post it. We got some weather. It's kind of slowing things down, making it choppy a little bit. Let's see if we can get things out here. Inking, Armor of God, Part 3. So it looks like we got that out there. We're all set up. We're legit. Okay, alright, so we're back. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can. I was a little tired today, so I wasn't sure I was actually gonna get on. I am on now. With that being said, let's see what we can do. Oh man. Alright, so we got our guy. He's looking good. I already went ahead and dropped the opacity down so that we can see what's going on, what we're drawing on top of. Already got my brush. I made it a solid. I made it so it's a thick and thin kind of texture to it, drawing method to it. We're not gonna keep that. What I want to do, my biggest concern is going to be right here around the helmet, around the hands, and then around this, around the arm. I'm not really sure what I want to do with the arm and the chainmail and the fabric coming down, but so I'm going to kind of tackle that first, and that's going to drive the pace on how I'm going to do everything else, so I can match the style to it. But I do know how I'm going to go about the shield. It's going to be pretty straightforward. And then the clothing is going to be pretty straightforward too. But I kind of just really want to jump right into the hands. Let's just zoom in a little bit more. My brush might be too big. I don't know, but we'll find out. So when it comes to drawing and inking, actually drawing the black outlines, you don't have to worry too much about being as accurate. That's why we drew the pre-drawn. For this, I'm gonna try and let my hand make some of the texture along the way. Yeah, I think my brush is a little too big, so I dropped it down about 2 points. Because you're thinking about the finger bending down over. You gotta think about some of the shadows that's gonna come with that too. So actually, we're not gonna see the finger going in that direction as much. Probably kind of like that. Kind of like that right there. And then like this here. And then as I'm doing this, I'm going to kind of add a little bit of an extra black to make the shadow a little bit too. Kind of like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually come back down over here this way. Ooh. See, my eraser tool is a little large. Drop that down. Yep. We're gonna draw kind of where the palm meets the hilt. Is it the hilt? The handle? The handle of the sword. Add some extra black in there like that. I'm going to draw the separation from the wrists to the armor. Still having some hiccups with my system. My computer's a little old, so it's time that I actually replace it, but at least for now, we're just gonna kind of keep trudging through and doing what we can to make some awesome art. So this part right here is gonna be the thumb area. We're gonna have a little bit more liberties to actually draw some bends, some creases. So I'm gonna draw the thumb part. Dark right in the middle there. I'm gonna extend the darkness on this side just a little bit more. Kind of like that. And then the thing to remember, we're segmenting, so the armor around the fingers is gonna be segmented. So it's gonna be here, here, and then here. We're gonna show it all actually, so when they bend the hand, you're gonna see the plate actually extended right there, plate extended here, and plate extended there. So that's what these segments are that you're seeing here. Kind of like that. I'm not worried so much about the sword right now, and we can go back and erase some of these previous lines that we made. We just gotta make corrections, that's all. We're still gonna have those lines in there, but we just gotta move it down a little bit. And I'm not worried about the sword right now because we're going to come back and draw the sword a little bit later. And you're gonna see me jump around a lot. I'm jumping to different spots, but it's only because I'm trying to capture my vision as much as possible. That too much, so we'll just go back. That's fine. We don't have to worry about doing that right now anyway. And then actually, so this hand, I don't want to erase this thumb right here. I'm gonna just move it up a little bit, and then we're gonna turn it kind of like this. It's not the best hand. It's not the best thumb I've ever drawn. It's not the best hand I've ever put together. But honestly, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work for what we're going for. It's got the ideas there, right? So we'll just keep moving forward with it. I like it. We're gonna save. Check some stuff here. Alright, very good. Alright, so got our brush back. Let's continue forward. I'm just going to go ahead and draw some of these lines here like this. There. see, that's kind of a little bit of a mistake right there, because I want this to come straight down like that, but this armor plate thing doesn't, this line doesn't really line up with it the way I need it to. Kind of like that. Honestly, this part right here is not really matter too much, because this part of the hand is going to be covered up by the sword anyways, but it's not a big deal right now. We're still going to just draw something in there just to show that we're putting some effort into making a complete hand, right? Kind of like that. But what I do want to do, save, and I want to try and maybe show like a little plate coming off. I'm not sure if this is the way I want it. So what I'm thinking is it's gonna kind of come up like this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's necessary. No, we're not going to do a plate over the hand. But what I will do is continue drawing some of these highlight shadows here. And thicken out the black lines. Too thick. Nah, that line's not necessary. We'll do that. That looks good. I think that looks good for now. Save. I need to check and make sure. Just gotta check something real quick. That's loading up. I'm gonna get back to drawing here. So we got the arm, but what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna thicken up. I'm gonna thicken up the arm a little bit. Okay, so it did work. Wasn't sure if it had turned on or not. Okay. I'm gonna thicken up the arm because it looks a little thin to me. Just lighting a little bit. But what I'm gonna do with that, I'm actually gonna make band going around it. I'm changing up the design just a little bit. This is what I was saying earlier. It's like sometimes I'm going to take the liberty and do my own thing. If I could just have my computer to cooperate in that same sense. Yeah, that line is not moving how I want. Then we'll do one more for good measure. Put it right in the crease of the arm. Nope. Well, it's not a... we can do a better line. Something kind of like that. And what I'm gonna do with this, we're gonna do it like chainmail. So it's gonna be chainmail going into it. So kind of like man, I'm just needing a little cooperation from this thing. Look, we just got Photoshop. Okay, so not a lot of stuff open. Huh. I'm gonna try something out. I don't know if this is really correct in how we're gonna be doing this, but we're gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna see what comes out of it. Just tighten up that line right there. Put some little marks here, just to kind of show. It's like a highlight of it's like metal, right? So now we're gonna work on the shoulder, and then after we finish the shoulder, we'll come back and probably work on the neck scarf area. And we're just gonna let our hand just kind of create his own little bumpy lines and textures. And coming out of this gauntlet, it's gonna also be like that too. It's gonna pop out of it in a curve and not straight. When you got droopy clothing, it's gonna be a lot of bumpy lines like that. Actually, thinking about it out loud now, I learned how to draw clothes and fabric on people, and I learned anatomy and how to draw anatomy and dynamic figures in high school. My teacher, Mr. Riches, had us do a concentration in Art 3, and we got to choose our subjects, and I chose to do a two-part subject of fabric and how it interacts with the human anatomy. And I can look back on it now and say a lot of those assignments didn't accurately hit on the point of what I was trying to make in the projects, but I still learned a lot on all the different curves and all the different V's and how fabric bundles and the lights and highlights and darks and stuff like that. So I like to really keep that in mind. Like, man, I really learned a lot back in that day. See, I'm drawing all this, you're not even gonna see that. It's probably too many lines, if I'm gonna be honest. So probably something kind of like that there. You can see it. When you draw it and you look at it, you can see the difference. You can see how it's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to look like that. But that's fine. We can always come back and fix some of these lines after the fact. Okay, so we'll save. Boom. And I'll actually go ahead and start adding in some kind of shadow in there a little bit. So my computer's actually acting up on me again just a little bit. The thing is, I got 32 gigs of RAM in this bad boy. Still having some issues, you know? I think that's fine for now. I don't want to get too bogged down into that and then it not turn out the way I want or something. So yeah, let's get the next scarf now. Again, dealing with fabrics, you can kind of let your hand create its own little bumpy lines. Then our lines are going to be sideways now. So now we're going to connect some of these lines that we're putting in, these creases. But you got to think, when you have fabric, now it's not just being stretched with verticals. Now you're going to have lines on top of each other and stuff like that. So you got to just imagine, okay, where is this fold going to fold into the next fold? Actually, kind of like that there. Okay, it's good enough for now. Save. And so another key thing about this too, even though we're drawing some of these lines in and it's gonna look really cool at the end, right? We can still always go back and make some corrections, and we can still always go back and add other shadows and other lines into it and stuff like that to make it even more of a solid picture. But for now, we just want to definitely try to get this thing finalized as possible. And by the time you do a concept like this, you end up drawing it like at least 4 times, I would think. And that's just the nature of refining a composition. And that's what I've realized when it comes to art in general. Being an artist, I think a person that's creative isn't just creative for one medium. That's how I feel. I feel like if you're an artist at heart, you want to express yourself. That's what it's about. It's about wanting to make music. It's about wanting to write poetry. It's about singing songs. It's about drawing pictures. Artists are masters of expression. You know? Maybe it's more difficult to hone that skill of expression. Maybe you just haven't learned how to express yourself in other ways. But I firmly believe every artist is a master of expression. You just gotta find a way you express yourself. On this belt buckle thing, whatever. I don't know what the hell this thing is. I found a reference picture to draw this off of and ended up drawing stuff I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. And I might end up just taking it out altogether, honestly. That's 514. Drawing some little minor details in here. Yeah. Yep. Very good. Draw some little lines to show. I'm gonna come back and put detail, texture into this belt, and it's gonna look so much cooler. But not right now. Just not right now. We'll go ahead and add. Oh, whoa. I'm not liking how that's turning out there. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think I used so much of my brain energy yesterday, and I worked out yesterday, and I don't know if I'm just still tired from that. I wasn't sure I was going to get on today, so I was kind of going back and forth with that, but I said, nah, I'm just gonna get through it, just trudge through it. And then it's probably gonna be a little darker right around this little area here. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna put shadow in it, but I'm kind of pressing down and releasing all at the same time. And that's to kind of allow the shape of it to not be so linear, but to be a little bit more kind of like a, what's the word? I guess bumpy, make it look bumpy. I'm not sure, you know what? I don't know if I like that though. Yeah, I don't like it. So I'm gonna take it off. That's fine. So let's finish this belt here. Let's finish this. Put some like squiggly lines going through it. Do kind of like that. That's not bad. I'm kind of hesitant to start putting lines in the main fabric. Tell you what I'll do. We'll go ahead and separate his battle skirt, whatever you want to call it. We'll do that. I'm streaming. I'm just gonna draw some lines showing that the belt is coming off of the showing that the skirt is coming out of the belt. I don't know if that looks very well. Very good. There, put some small little lines in between to kind of help show. Then I'm actually going to go back and put a little bit more detail into that. That's not such a big deal right now. It looks cool. Save, and then let's just turn off our bottom image and see where it's at and how it's coming. It's not too bad. See, we've been streaming for how long now? Maybe 30 minutes or something, and we haven't gotten very far, but it's a good start, right? So now let's go ahead and draw the cross across the chest. it's not going to be a straight line. I'm still letting my hand kind of follow the contours of the drawings at the bottom, just to kind of help show again, like, texture, because it's not a straight board, it's fabric in a shirt. So it's going to be yeah, I might have to come back and redo some stuff at the bottom here. So I'm going to draw the edges of the hand just a little bit darker and thicker. And that's to kind of help show the little plates on the edges. Because then over here, this is where we're going to draw the separations of the fingers. And it's gonna be difficult to kind of differentiate between them all, not make it look so robotically straight. So yeah, we'll do this here. That's about the best I'm gonna be able to do with that right there. Hit save. So all we really got left is the shield. Come down here and fill in between this battle skirt. I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in with, maybe not. Yeah, there we go. I'll fill it in with black, and then I'm just gonna close in the edges. Okay. And a lot of stuff is gonna look really cool once we start filling in stuff with black. But we just can't start doing all that just right yet. Let's get the helmet next. Let's start with the helmet. So you get some of these more straight line objects, that's when it gets a lot harder. You have to have a very steady hand to do straight lines. And I often find the lighter you draw the line, sometimes the faster you draw the line, the more accurate it actually is. It sounds like a oxymoron. Pen to catch up to me. important MyPay notice. Oh. I don't know what that's about. You know, even with all this, you see me drawing, and some of my drawings are pretty, you know, straight and all this kind of stuff. I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot of practice to do. A lot of things I could be doing differently. I'm not sure that looks right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I know I went outside the lines a little bit, but that's to be expected. I got a little thing I'm trying to achieve, trying to make things a little more accurate. Something like that. This is going to be easy. Some of that's probably wrong, but that's fine for now. I'm not too worried about it. What I will do next, save. We'll turn this layer off. Turn off all these tools and things. Zoom out a little bit. I think it worked. This is gonna be a doozy because we got to do a curve and we got to straighten it out and all this kind of stuff. So let's give it our best shot. I think I did pretty good. The idea was to try to stay as steady as possible. We're gonna just do, I think we'll finish the shield and then we'll come back and do into another video and do some more of the other parts later on. As far as the arrows and then some of the shading. Then we might even be able to do some color too. Depends. Steady hands. It really helps when you can actually drag your hand across the board too. Alright, there we go. Some stuff we're gonna have to touch up and clean up. Well, what's going on? Honestly, I am not sure how we got through this whole drawing with this system being as finicky as it is. Man, I think it's the erasing. It doesn't like when I erase, it seems like. This stuff I'm doing right now should have took me like 10 seconds to do. It's taking more like 1 minute, literally. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll come back and do the sword, and we'll do the arrows later. But I think just right off bat, we got something really cool here. Great stuff. Awesome. All right. So we'll come back and finish this later. Maybe tomorrow. We'll finish it tomorrow, and we'll clean up some of the lines. We'll do some better wrinkles and creases in that. We can get some better shadows in there, like the metal that we have on the gauntlet. We'll put some texture into the chainmail, and we'll just make this thing look really cool. All right, until the next one.